Cognizant that the propagation of the coronavirus within our borders has been fueled by political gatherings and large social gatherings, today I direct that all forms of political gathering be and are hereby prohibited for a period of 30 days, effective midnight on this 12th of March, 2021. That the escalation or de-escalation of the containment measures in regard to the prohibition of political gatherings and social gatherings, dependent on whether the national endeavor to break the chain of transmission will have been achieved. So if we do not achieve it, we shall extend it. Number 3, implementation of the order on public gatherings and public ceremonies. I hereby further direct the National Government Administration officers, jointly with the National Police Service and county government enforcement officers, to strictly enforce this public order, regardless of the social status, political status of conveners of such political gatherings or social gatherings. 4, in regard to funerals, cremations, and other interment ceremonies, it is directed that these ceremonies shall be conducted strictly within 72 hours of confirmation of death. 4, it has further been ordered that attendees for funerals and graveside crematoria ceremonies shall be limited to the immediate family of the deceased, with a number capped at no more than 100 persons. That attendees of celebrations of weddings and other traditional unions and rites is hereby capped at 100 persons. 7, there shall continue to be strict maintenance and enforcement of public social health measures, including regular washing of hands with soap and water, or use of sanitizers, physical and social distancing in all public areas. And 8, that in line with the guidelines issued by the Interfaith Council, only a maximum of 1/3 of the capacity of places of worship will be allowed at each worship ceremony. The Ministry of Health, working closely with the National Government Administration officers, are also directed to enhance and strictly enforce border health security, with a greater emphasis on informal entry points, as the country remains at risk of the importation of new variants of the COVID-19. The Ministry of Health shall strengthen the existing COVID-19 genomic surveillance so as to monitor the circulating strains in the country for the purpose of informing policy decisions as well as public health interventions. 11, that all isolation facilities in the country must be maintained at a high state of preparedness through continuous capacity building and provisions of adequate PPEs for healthcare workers, supported by the continuous implementation of infection prevention and control measures. And 12, the county governments shall also enhance investment in piped and portable oxygen to isolation and critical care treatment facilities for the management of severe cases. And 13, the nationwide curfew is hereby extended for a further containment of 60 days, and in that regard, all bars and restaurants and other establishments open to the public must, as is current, close by 9 p.m.